I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Outside the window. Sorry. Squirrel. You know.
Yep. I am ready, Deb.
I'm ready.
Everybody
Yeah, I'm
got
ready.
their email this morning? Okay. All right. Pending issues for September 10th, 2024, motions on the following, volumes 112, page 171, minutes from September 5th.
So moved.
Second?
Roger?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Volume 112, page 172, additional appropriation, payroll for the health department.
So moved.
Second.
Fred?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Volume 112, page 173, release of funds, expenses for public assistance and children's services, and job and family services.
So moved.
Second?
Fred?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Volume 112, page 174, payment of invoice ditch maintenance from the right-of-way management company.
Move to pay.
Second.
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Volume 112, page 175, reallocation for the health department payroll.
So moved.
Second?
Fred?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
And then the agreement for the purchase of the right to operate nursing
That's,
home.
number, page 176.
Did I miss it?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, tax levies and certify them. Volume 112, page 176.
So moved.
Second.
Fred?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Okay, now the agreement for purchase of the right to operate nursing home beds.
So moved.
Second?
Tim?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Fred?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Yep.
Yep. She'll accumulate those all in a folder.
Apparently the PUCO is for the engineers. It's oops, they paid it last year, same price, so that was their invoice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's being paid out of the engineer's fund then.
Yes,
Okay, very good.
thank you.
Yeah.
Whoa. Sorry about that. I was watching a play last night and then that came out.
Yeah, those are all the current ones. That's all the current ones. Yep. Already. That's new, that isn't on there yet. Haven't been approved. That's right.
So this luncheon meeting, where is this happening?
What's that?
At noon, there's like a luncheon meeting with Keep Hardin County
It's
Beautiful.
at the Elks.
It's at the Elks? Okay.
Thank you.
And that's the chamber.
Hmm?
This is the chamber, right?
No, that's Keep Hardin County Beautiful.
What kind of things do you discuss with the Keep Hardin County Beautiful? What's their purpose?
It's their committee meeting, we just go as commissioners.
Yeah, but what do they do? What's the purpose of their program?
It's to help prevent litter, educate people on recycling. They take care of the flowers around the courthouse. That's it, kind of general. If you need more information, Amy down at, Amy Long is the one that heads that.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
They even set up recycling bins around the fairgrounds. So,
Oh.
yeah. I saw one myself when I was leaving the Rotary ice cream booth, I think. That it was like right there. So,
Nice.
yeah.
you. How about my wake up alarm? Is that going off now for?
Did you get the call?
Oh. No, I did not.
Corey, Newman.
Yes. As that rang, Fred picked up his phone, I thought it was his phone ringing. I'm still not used to the ringers on these phones. Good morning, Corey.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I apologize that we had a little mix-up here in the office. I thought Fred's cell phone was going off.
No, all's good. Have some better.
Yeah.
How's everything in the great county of Hardin?
Well, the sun's shining. We need rain. That pretty well sums it up. Yep.
The sun hit you guys before me, but, yeah, I saw you let the sun come up to Allen, yeah, we need a little bit, so.
Yep. Yep. Well, we're willing to share our sun and rain if we ever get it.
We appreciate that. Well, I know you guys have a, full docket today, and I appreciate, Fred working with me to get some time, today. We spoke Friday. I don't know if we shared with you the reason for my call. But if you guys know me at all, you know I've been talking public defender and indigent defense down in Columbus for quite some time. And, you know, I'm really appreciative of what the governor has done over the past biennium. I'm really concerned on where this is going. One thing that Allen County did a few years ago is we went from the court-appointed counsel because we were struggling with attorneys to actually putting in a public defender's office. It is done well in Allen County. We know hired some ancillary folks, you know, investigators and whatnot. But I continue to speak with our public defender. I continue to speak with our common pleas general judges. I continue to speak with the state public defender's office, and then also with the CCAO, because I really think it's important not to stop talking about the next step of the public defender's office. And I guess where I'm at today is we are working to do a pilot project, more of a regional office. And when I say that is, you know, having everything that we have today, but primarily moving the administration of that to the state. Now, we still struggle with court-appointed counsel. Even though we have a public defender's office, we still have court-appointed counsel because there's conflict cases and whatnot. So we struggle with that, and I think that what is proven advantageous for us is having the office, having the full-time, is drawn in younger attorneys that want to be full-time, that don't have to dually practice. But we still have those individuals for the court-appointed side. So, purpose of my call is just to explain that and answer any questions, but to also gauge Hardin County's interest of potentially joining up with us in this pilot project regional type of scenario where we would have full-time attorneys expanding what we have now, but also still having the court-appointed counsel. Now, I want to have put an asterisk in here that our public defender is speaking with your judges today as well. And then also Putnam County, I'm talking with Putnam County as well, and he's reaching out to them. So I'll just do a full disclosure on everything.
Okay.
Just because you know, I understand and appreciate that the judges have to be at least lukewarm on this before, you know, you can further a conversation.
Yeah. Corey, how do you fund that, or how do you propose funding that regional?
Well, Corey has a magic wand to save the sick. Okay, Because that has been my argument this entire time is, 4 years ago, when the state fully funded indigent defense, I was, many of us were making the case that they see that they're paying for this. Now's the time to do this. And steadily that reimbursement is decreased.
Yeah.
So I think the ultimate would be that they would cover this. Because the state public defender's name is Elizabeth Miller, but I explained, and I firmly believe, that by the state taking over administration, I talked to my public defender in the amount of time that he spends in the office doing administrative work rather than working with individuals that need his assistance. There's definitely efficiencies that will come with this. You take into consideration, we have an investigator here. What would that mean for Hardin County and Putnam County to be able to use the investigator as well? I think there is incredibly, I can't put the number on it, but I think there's efficiency. So best case scenario, the state picks it up. Worst case scenario is they come back and say, okay, this is gonna be the reimbursement rate. Let's just pick a number, 80% gonna be the reimbursement rate. And this is just an idea. What if we go into it saying, okay, let's lock in that reimbursement rate for our regional group, and then any savings that is found, so let's say let's just use a fictitious number, let's say it's $1 million to do this. So we would pay the 200, they would pay the 800,000, but any efficiencies that are found comes off our end. Because I truly believe that we will be able to knock down the cost of providing this service. I just want some type of guarantee in 3, 4, 5 years, or when the economy takes a, that when they come in and they start pulling money back, I wanna protect this.
Our prosecutor is, and I don't know if you've heard his idea, he is pushing to contract with newly graduating attorneys that are just getting their license, to work as a contract, not an employee, but a contract person for the county, for defense, that they would still be able to have private practice if they wanted, but they would have to provide us indigent defense, and all of the cost for, the office and all of that would be put on them. Have you heard of that? Have you heard of his proposal, and have you heard of it working anywhere else?
I have not, that may be a question for Elizabeth at the state. Friday, the judges here in Allen County were asking about, you have these new attorneys coming with all this debt and whatnot, and it being, it's advantageous, I guess, to be on the private side. And that's where the thought is, if you can bring them on full-time as a public defender, you get some type of a higher salary, but you also get, I think they have the tuition reimbursement or the tuition pay down as well for that. I have not heard what you spoke about regarding the prosecutor side, but something to think about. But on the flip side of this is, we've been able to garner young Juris Doctorate holding individuals coming out of college here in Allen County because we're able to bring them all full time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you're bringing them on as county employees?
Yeah, they come on as county employees. Now, under this, we're gonna convert it to the state, it'll be the state's responsibility to pay for it.
Yeah.
But to that point, you take Hardin County, you have a pool of counselors that the judges call from. If there was an opportunity to hire, to be under this regional office, so you do have that full-time attorney or attorneys to handle that docket.
Yeah.
What about the indigent defense reimbursement?
Yeah, they wouldn't be eligible for reimbursement through the state in the current indigent defense reimbursement, correct?
Are you talking about the appointed counsel?
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, there would still be that offset, yeah.
yeah, but the full-time employees wouldn't be eligible for that.
The full-time employees would be getting a paycheck from the state, you know, so they
Yeah.
be making whatever their hourly or whatever their wage was.
So are you proposing that this only go forward if we can get state funding or state buy-in on it?
Correct.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so the discussion's gonna be, we put together a model for the state. The state's is running the numbers on what our dockets look like, what our needs are, what our usage is, and putting that together so we can formulate a budget. And yes, the goal is if we're all on board with this, we've got a cost. So what it would be to have a regional office, to have the attorneys, to have the ancillary individuals like investigators and whatnot, but most importantly for your judges and for yourselves as well, to have those dedicated people for your area. So, you know, Bob and Tim in Allen County are in Allen County. You know, Sue and Rob are in Hardin County doing those work. Now, if there's no work to be done, then they can be traded, or if Bob is on vacation, there's somebody that can step up and help them out. I mean, that's the goal of this, is you don't get degradation in the services, but we have folks there that are there on a constant basis. We have an office that's there on a constant basis to take care of what needs to be done.
okay. Well, I think for myself, I'd be interested in seeing what those numbers look like. And what, you know, you said that they're doing kind of a study now to see what the need is and everything. And I'm sure our prosecutor would be interested in hearing about that too. Unfortunately, he's on vacation right now.
Well, I was gonna ask the prosecutors in the room, because I find it interesting, the prosecutors that interested in the public defender side.
Yeah. He's not been real warm to the idea of having the state provide public defenders. It might be different with the regional, but I know when he was in the last and asked us for the funding for this, these contract attorneys, he was not in favor of having the state run public defenders, because he thought that's just gonna escalate the cost, because then you're gonna have office expenses and everything that's associated with having an office. So
And that's the key with this, is we have the office, right? So we have the space. I mean, everything, and I wanna go back to the study, the numbers. They are looking at this, so we're in kind of hyperdrive right now, because the governor put together the budget right now.
yeah,
And we're trying to get placeholders in there. So I guess what I'm gathering from y'all is you're not against it, you're interested in seeing the numbers as this being a possibility.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, yeah,
Okay, because to the prosecutor's point, to I know your judge's thought, and to you three wise gentlemen, you don't wanna do anything that's gonna set you back, you don't wanna do anything that's gonna cost any more money. You don't wanna do anything that's gonna jeopardize anything. That's the total goal of this. To me, there is efficiencies to be done.
yeah, yeah,
And to be honest with you, any time that I have a public conversation, I always lead with, I understand it is the responsibility to provide these individuals with this effect, right? That's
Yeah.
number one, right? So we have, it is a constitutional requirement. It just comes down to whose responsibility it is.
yeah,
To the prosecutor's point, right, I would say this. It has benefited our office, our public defender's office, and those individuals greatly to have access to more resources. It has helped, you know, we've got a 180 bed jail in here. It's helped get the folks through there quicker. They're not sitting. You know, they're able to get through and get them in and out, get plea deals or get them through trial. It has been a win.
okay. Well, I think all three of us are in agreement that we'd like to explore it more.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you could keep us, in the loop, it sounds like our judges will probably be in touch with us, probably yet this week, after they've been talked with today, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kenny just actually texted me and said that he was talking with us this afternoon and would get back with me.
okay,
So what I will do, gentlemen, I'm happy to give you an update after we're meeting tomorrow morning down in Columbus. I'm happy to give you guys an update if there's, Roger, you want me to follow up with you or?
why don't you, make, Tim your, contact, cause I'm gonna be going on vacation next week, and I'd hate to hold up the whole program just cause I'm out of town.
Perfect. Tim, do you have a cell phone number?
Yeah, 567
Okay,
674
okay.
2828.
I won't give that out to anybody.
We just did.
There you go.
Yep, it's
Gentlemen,
okay.
I do appreciate, I know you got a 9:30, I just, and the reason that I waited is I needed to have a conversation with the judges, and that didn't happen until Friday.
Yeah.
I've been keeping them up to speed as much as possible, but it was kind of, we got to the end of the line here where I needed to know where they were at, so. And they are supportive.
Good, good. Well, it'll be interesting to hear from our judges. I don't think that they're going to be negative on it, just off the cuff, but, you know, well, once we get the prosecutor back in, get him on board, we'll find out what his thoughts are. We'll, keep moving forward as long as we can.
Appreciate it.
All right?
Appreciate it, John. Have a good
Thanks.
rest of the day.
Yep, thanks,
Yep,
Corey.
thank you.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, that could be interesting. Sounds like Hardin, Allen, and Putnam.
That's all it sounds like.
Yeah.
Just read.
And, you know, quite frankly, you don't wanna get too big, because then you're stretching your resources out so far, and you lose the,
And the reason I was wondering, because let's face it, Allen is the big player in this as
Yeah.
far as everything goes, and so.
I like that he said that, you know, certain people be in Allen County, and certain people be in Hardin County, but if they weren't busy in one of the counties, they could help in the other. Cause that was one of my first thoughts was, are we going to be helping pay but not getting the service?
Not getting the
They all
service.
be over there, and we got,
Yeah.
I guess rates of indigent pay, this, would Allen County pay more, for example, than what?
I think it'll all have to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got,
what I mean.
you got a region, price gotta be the same through the region,
Gotta be the same.
and I don't know what their current
That's
reimbursement
what I
rate is.
wondered, what theirs was compared to ours, cause they,
Probably a little higher.
I would imagine, they would be on the higher side than we would.
Of course, they've got full-time people working, so it's not apples to apples,
Right.
cause they have employees.
That sounds like.
We have, basically, they're contracted as a court-appointed attorney.
It sounds like they have the room.
Yeah. Well, could be
So we
interesting.
would pay to the regional, our share,
That's right.
Yeah.
wonder if that's by caseload?
I would say it would have to be fair to my case.
It didn't go a third, a third, a third, they had a
No.
lot more cases
Yeah.
than we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caseload or man hours. Cause you can only have 3 cases maybe, but if 2 of them are capital cases,
That's true.
there's a lot more time spent on
That's true.
those.
That's true.
Make more sense.
Yeah, to make it fair, it probably, man hours would be the best unit of measure. And assuming that the rate is the same.
Yeah, yeah, I think once you got the region, it'd all be the same.
Yeah.
Everybody be the same salary. It's kind of what Brad had proposed, only stepped up to the next notch. Yeah, we'll hear back what everybody has to say. Really interested in hearing what Brad has to say.
Can I ask a question about the meeting notes
Meeting notes.
or meeting minutes?
Okay.
So you guys had discussion just now on the indigent, you know, this discussion that you were having, but Deb wasn't in here to take notes, and so I was curious how, because part of the meeting notes is the deliberation and discussion, how that becomes part of the record if she's not here to take notes. And I had come in the other day and you guys were having a side conference discussion, but Tori wasn't in here to take notes. So how do you handle having a meeting all day, but not recording the discussions throughout that day?
Minutes are not verbatim. Minutes record the general activity. So if discussion is held, that is just a discussion, and then if we take any action, it's definitely on the record. But we can sit
But
in
if
here
you
and
make-
discuss things all day, and they're not gonna be in the minutes.
Unless
No
you,
decisions
unless you
made.
make a consensus of agreement, then that would be an official action, even if you're not voting on it. So if you guys all come together, like, you guys were discussing this, attorney situation, and if through that discussion you guys say, oh yeah, this is what we agree on collectively, then that is a decision. That is an official, you know, and then you take that and then vote on it later. The decision was made now, not necessarily
There's
just
no
the vote.
decision made now other than,
It
to
could
proceed.
have, it could have.
no, it wasn't.
Well,
You don't take minutes on what could have. You take minutes on what has happened. It's an official record of what has happened. We had
Yes.
a conversation with Allen County regarding public defenders, and we're gonna further explore the options, and that's all.
it's called a walking quorum. So even if through email, so if you, let's say you vote on this one thing,
We're not gonna have a lesson on the public records and public meetings. I've explained what happened. If you have any further questions, please write them down and submit them to us. We're not here to
so
debate.
you understand that not all discussions are being recorded in the meetings, and that's.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine.
How you doing? Dylan.
All right, how are you?
How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. Mr. Sherman. Nice to meet you, sir. Hi, how are you? I'm Rick Combs, I'm one of the insurance guys. Hi. Nice to meet you.
And Rick, you are being recorded and broadcast
Okay,
on the internet, so
all righty. I've been to a couple,
make you aware.
well, appreciate that. I've been to a couple of school board meetings where that's been the case as well.
Certainly.
We have an extra one between the two of you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, today's, meeting item that I asked for is one, good news actually, and, it's been a while since I stopped in to see you. I thought I'd also give you a rehash of all of our other coverages where we're at as far as renewal dates. But item number one is our group voluntary life, accidental death, and dismemberment coverage for the employees, which, you know, you as the commissioners pay 100% of that cost. And it's reasonably, inexpensive. The fact is that we are just coming off of a 5-year rate renewal. So we've had a 5-year rate guarantee. And at that time, they decreased the rate 32% for us. And you as the commissioners increased the life insurance from 10 to 20,000 on the employee. So, and still, the net monthly premium was less at 20,000 than it was at 10,000 under the prior rate. So what we see is on the following page is the, are the current rates as well as renewal rates. And by the way, this renewal will be for a 3-year period. You see that, item number 6, rate coverage period January 1, 2025 through December 31st of 2027. So that's a 3-year rate guarantee for 25, 26, and 27. You'll see that our basic life insurance rate is 6 cents per thousand on a monthly basis per employee per month. And you can see in the right-hand column there, the renewal rates are unchanged at 6 cents. And before you were paying 10 cents, which would have been 5 years ago, with the same insurance company. I might add too is that the benefit of Minnesota Life here is the fact that you're in a public group across the nation. So they're really focused on, you know, public entities. And we've gotten the benefit of that. And also, it's typical that under group life insurance, as we get older, we usually have a 35 or a 50% reduction in coverage. You know, for example, at age 65, benefits reduced at 50%. I was able to negotiate that away, so we have no rate reductions, or I should say, coverage reductions at all. And also, the fact is that you offer this coverage for all full-time employees 30 hours or more, okay? And I can recall that when Ed Elliott was one of the commissioners, I spoke with Ed, and at that time it was 20 hours per week was the definition of full-time employees, but now with the federal law, we've gone to the mandated 30 hours. That's why it was at 30 hours. And the public officials were not picking up all the coverages, and so I said, Ed, do you work 20 hours per week? He says, oh yeah, I work 20 hours per week. Well, as you know, Ed later passed away from cancer. And the fact is that we had to justify that 20 hours per week. And we did do that because Randy, your former retired clerk, documented all your meetings. And so I went through that and I added in the drive time and so forth, because when I'm working and I'm full-time work, at least in my mind. So we met the 20 hours, and I thought, I don't wanna go through that anymore. And I remember Gerald Potter, he was asking a few questions on it too, and rightfully so, and I said, let me see what I can do. At that time, we were the standard insurance company, and so I put out a bid that for all elected officials, that we have 0 hours work per week requirement. So therefore, we're not gonna run into that problem ever again, or that potential problem. We didn't have a problem, but it was a potential problem. So we do have some benefits under here that I'm happy that we have. And therefore, we also offer supplemental life insurance to the employees as well as dependent life insurance, and those premium rates are unchanged as well. And I would add that under the child life rate of 0.2 cents per $1,000 of coverage, that is for all of your children. If you buy that benefit, if the employee buys this benefit, that child life is coverage on each child. It's not just one rate, one flat rate. It's not a rate per child, it's a rate child/children, okay? So that's the benefit there as well, which is typical of insurance. Now, the last page is where we accept the renewal. I didn't come to you and say, well, I think we should go out and bid or anything, because, we got a 32% rate reduction 5 years ago, and they're holding the same rate for another 3 years. So I'm here to ask you to accept this renewal on this basis. In my opinion,
This is a 3-year.
it's a 3-year rate. Yes. 25, 26, 27 through December 31st.
With no change to rates or coverage.
That's correct. That's correct.
To me, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not costing you more money and nothing has changed in the terms. Do I have a motion to accept the renewal?
I will make a motion to accept the renewal.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Roger,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Roger, as the chair, I'm gonna ask you for your signature.
Too late, I've already signed it.
Oh, you've already signed it? Okay, all right. That's fine. I appreciate that. If you could just, sign date and state your, title, position. The other thing that I just wanna give you an update while I'm here in the office is where are we at with the other insurance coverages that I've operated you, with. That is for the dental and the vision, the employee dental and vision. If you recall, both those coverages, your, dental coverage and your vision coverage for all your full-time employees, that is 100% payroll deducted by the employee. We offer this coverage, on a payroll reduction basis, on a group basis, where the employee pays 100% of the cost. So it's imperative that we try to keep the premium rates as competitive as possible, because they're paying 100% of the cost. And, what I'm saying is that, I wanted to highlight that our next renewal date, with Delta Dental is January 1 of 2026. So, a year ago, we were able to obtain a 2-year rate guarantee with a no rate increase. So they held their rates for 4 years. And Delta Dental is a fine company. It was 2 years ago that Allen County contacted me just to do a one-time request for proposal, what we call an RFP for their dental program. They've been with Superior Dental, and Melissa had given my name to them. And so, I did the request for proposals for them, and I told them up front, I said, it's gonna come down to 2 companies. Your current insurance company, Superior Dental, as well as Delta Dental. And they said, well, what do you think? And I said, well, I think the numbers will show that Delta Dental will be able to provide you with more discounts and a better network of providers. And I think it was Commissioner Newman, he said, I've had a couple employees talk to me about I wish we had more dentists in our network, because as you know, the benefits are better for in-network providers. And that's exactly what we found. Not only were the rates very competitive, but their membership of in-network dentists, in-network providers, was far greater than Superior Dental. Superior Dental is an excellent company. I've done business with them before, and even at Logan County, just south of us. And quite frankly, it was several years ago, I showed the commissioners, or actually was their representative, the business manager, the same type of analysis between Superior Dental and Delta Dental. And they at that time stayed with Superior Dental, but now they are with Delta Dental. But Delta Dental is a fine company. The rates are competitive and their benefits are good, but just as important is the fact that they have more in-network providers. Now, Tim, you remember that we ran into that one situation where one of our dentists went from, they have two levels of network providers, and they went from one level to the next, but they still stayed in the network, and then for routine care, the benefits were unchanged for all of our employees, and we noted that. I wrote you you'd asked me to write a memo, and I did put that together. So, again, we're gonna enter the second year of a 2-year rate guarantee with Delta Dental, and our next renewal will be January 1, 2026. The vision, we are with Anthem Blue Cross. Historically, it was probably, I'd say 6 to 8 years ago, we were always with Vision Service Plan, which is the nation's largest administrator of vision benefits. And their premium rates were a little bit more expensive. But likewise, their reimbursements to the doctors were a little bit more, or to the optometrists was a little bit more. Likewise, the out-of-pocket for the employee was a little less. But Anthem came in with a much more competitive premium rate. And the commissioners at that time opted for the employees to see upfront discounts to the premium being less than that of Vision Service. And that's what I've historically seen, is that Anthem is much cheaper in premium, but their benefits are a little bit less to the providers and to the optometrists. But again, the commissioners at that time opted that the employees get the upfront discount through lower premium rates. And that's where we're at. And we have, both of our optometrists here in the county, or here in the county, as well as Ada, Dr. Wires and Ada, are in the network with Anthem. So we did not lose any network providers at all. So, gentlemen, that's short and sweet today, and that's exactly where we're at. I certainly appreciate the opportunity to serve you. I've slowed down a little bit, but I still want to take care of my county business. And I appreciate the opportunity of the continuous service to you. Do you have any questions for me at all? No? Good news.
I'll have Deb make a copy of it.
Okay.
Signed, and then
All right, thank you.
get.
Can I get your name, sir?
Sure, my name is Rick Combs, that's C-O-M-B-S, just like what you used through your hair, but plural. Combs. You guys have a busy day scheduled.
Coming in.
Oh, you're welcome.
As always, Rick.
Thank you, Brad. Pleasure. Roger, it's been a pleasure working for you.
Yep.
You guys are great.
Yep. We'll probably see you again
Mr.
in
Sherman,
December.
looking forward to working with you.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you, sir. And you have a nice day.
Do you prefer Hamilton?
Oh, well, legally it's Hamilton. My name is really Hamilton Combs.
Okay.
Rick is merely a nickname, but a lot of people know me as Rick, here in the family. So
it's fine if I list you as Hamilton?
Yeah.
Would you prefer Rick?
technically I'm Hamilton,
Okay.
you know, but you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Rick's nickname, so.
Rumors might spread about having, a cousin in town, or.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, I'm the third, and my dad is still living. He's 93, so I have to do that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. You all have a great day.
You take care. Take care. Run upstairs, be out if there's something. Anything out there needs to go up?
Are they gonna put in some fall colors?
Yep,
Oh, good.
today, all is gonna happen today.
Oh, good.
She doesn't have too many volunteers, she said, so. And some of the ones she has are in their eighties, so kinda makes it. But that'll happen after the meeting this afternoon, so.
Redoing the
They're
pots.
redoing the pots.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not on today.
Come here.
Love it. She, give Rick plenty of time.
Yeah, and then he was here early and done quickly.
Yeah, done early.
Roger.
Yeah, hi Sherry. No, they're both shutting down in the evening. The left is worse, the right shuts down toward the bed. Yes, yeah.
again. How did you do Sunday? I had a good Sunday. Pretty great. Sunday good? Good. Was there, around lunch? No, it wasn't good. No, it was a arena lunch. Oh, what is that? What is it? No? Hmm.
she's our director of nursing. Just wanted to bring her to introduce her.
I'm Roger Crowe.
Nice to meet you.
And I'm Fred Rush.
Nice to meet you. And Fred attends our board of health. Okay, perfect. And then, I submitted our request, and I hope I submitted it right.
Yeah,
Okay,
that works. That's got the numbers on there that you need.
Okay.
And the reason, have you already purchased the server?
yes, we have.
Have you paid for it?
Yes, we have.
Oh, that
Okay.
makes it
So,
a little more
okay.
complicated, but since you're government, it may work.
Okay. We've purchased both of those. The only thing on Kirby's original request that we have not purchased yet is the phone systems.
It's not gonna be this cheap.
No.
We know all about phone systems. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes.
Well, Fred, did you come up with a rough number that we had left?
Yes, it did.
What's that?
Did you?
Yeah, go ahead and share that.
Yeah. Really, a rough number that we have left is about 20,
Okay.
so.
We will, I don't have an issue helping you guys out. We'll have to check with Mike Bacon and see how
Okay.
that will work.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's already been paid, it's a difference.
Okay.
Because with most entities, if we don't pay the bill ourselves, then we have to have a sub-grant agreement. Yeah. And
Okay.
we haven't, Mike is not wanting to do those, so we haven't gotten any.
Yeah, we haven't done it in that way yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is-
So, let us check with Mike and see what we can do.
Okay.
But does it matter if, obviously, we're not gonna be able to do
Right.
all of it.
Right.
Does it matter which one would be more important for you to get reimbursed
First
on?
one, second.
Probably the CHA, the second one.
Second one?
Yeah.
Okay. We will, we'll get a hold of
Okay.
him, see what he wants to do, and
Okay.
since you're kind of part of the county, but not
Okay.
directly part of the county. But see
Okay.
what we can do.
All right, awesome. Thank you
Yep.
so much.
Well, then there's Tim. Can you feel your jaw?
Tim, this is Amanda. She's our director of nursing. She just started with us last
Hi,
Thursday.
nice to meet you, Tim Schreiber.
And that's all we have for you today.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Well, thanks for stopping in, and we'll bring Tim up to speed.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you
Right,
guys.
thank you.
Yep, thank you. There's a paper on your desk that was, yep, that one, was what they submitted, this morning.
Okay.
And we've got less than 20 to work with, and they said the most important one of the two was the 14,875 request. So we'll have to check with Mike, and they paid for both payments for Hardin and Renewal.
The payment's already.
So we gotta find out from Mike if he can do reimbursement
Oh,
to the health department.
Not sure how that.
I hope so.
Yeah, so I think I'll probably go up right now and ask him.
Okay.
That way we'll know.
So none of that fair money can be reallocated to put our health department in a better situation?
Anything can be reallocated, but it's where we put it.
I just know they're in a desperate situation.
So this luncheon at the Elks is an open meeting to sit in?
Yeah, if you want lunch, you gotta buy it.
Well, I'll probably get lunch beforehand. but-
Okay, yeah.
Does Keith Hardin County pay for the commissioners' lunches? Do you get your lunches paid for, or do you have to pay them?
I think it's $10 if you want for lunch. Pay it yourself.
I was asking if your lunches were paid for.
I pay mine, they pay theirs, you pay yours,
Okay.
$10.
Okay.
Did you get everything you want from that insurance sheet?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Alright.
Thanks.
said that, since the bills have already been paid, and they have an entirely separate accounting system, that, it would require a sub-grant agreement to pay those. So, I don't wanna get into sub-grant agreements, and Mike doesn't either, so. Fred, maybe you can reach out and see if there's any other programs they have that we could help that would free up some money, but. But we're not gonna be able to help them with this. Luncheon, and we have that re-roof pre-construction meeting.
How's that?
We have the luncheon meeting and then the re-roof pre-construction meeting back here at 1. So,
I heard we put a new roof on not so long ago, a rubber roof up there?
no,
No?
No.
How long ago was it?
long before any of us were on here, we've not re-roofed the courthouse in decades.
It doesn't have a rubber roof?
It's, I don't know, I don't think it's rubber, I think it's a asphalt material.
It's like an asphalt.
We have re-roofed the annex, we have not re-roofed courthouse. I guess we're done until 1. Within lunch meeting.
Skip that one, I gotta go do some fruit.
Yeah, you probably don't want to eat anything.
I don't feel like eating.
Yeah. At least you got in.
Yeah.
That fish got it, that's true.
So I'll be back in 1.
Okay.
So are you, eat over there or you over there?
I'm gonna run some errands and then I'll just meet you at the the office for lunch. Yep.
And I did tell her I would be there for
Oh.
noon.
Every time I'm touch with, there's a bunch of different faces working. She got more help than she thought she would. It's good.
Are you going to go to the office also?
What's that?
Are you going to go to the office or not?
I'll put this back on your desk.
That's okay.
Well, I'll put it back in the little box.
Okay.
No, I told her I wasn't gonna make it. I could go get my script.
Okay.
So I will be, but I should be back before.
builder's risk or property insurance is by owner, you guys have done this enough, you pretty much know what you have to do on that. Contractor personnel, I seen that Chris typed this up and had Coy as a project manager, but it is Noah. So, is Coy gonna be involved at all?
As, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be more or less hands off unless I need to go through anything on our end, but.
That's usually what it is. So who's gonna be your superintendent?
They'll, as of right now, we have it set up for one of our crews, Gabe Alvarado, will be our guy.
You have a cell phone number for him?
Yes. His number would be 567-201-1426. What's that?
1 4, what was the last two?
1426.
And that's ALVA, not
Yeah.
E. As far as mechanical contractor, do you have one of those for that mechanical unit curbing stuff to unhook and rehook as you do that work?
Right now, I don't believe I have one set up.
Okay, TBE.
Yep.
And the same with electrical?
Yes.
Item number 7, job superintendent must be on site at all times any work is being done. So if you do have a mechanical contractor out here unhooking everything, you'll have to make sure that your superintendent is here as well. And the reasoning behind that partly is because if there's an issue,
Oh, yeah, they
Richard-
screw up, we screw up.
well, it's more so that we know, Richard knows who the point of contact needs to be.
Okay.
If he's having issues. I'm gonna skip item 8 for right now, just until we get to item 9 first. So, the general contractor is responsible for the construction schedule. You guys started any of that scheduling up on that?
Not necessarily, as of right now, I think it's the end of October.
End of October?
Yes. Just because we have a few projects going right now, and with, trying to keep this in-house on our crews, that's gonna be where it lands.
And what's your duration that you think to get the entirety of the project done?
That, I can only say that I'm unsure of at this time, just because we're not sure what court dates, times we're gonna have to deal with on the south side. Because if we get delayed majorly, because this day may work, but then the next day it's raining, that's 2 days we lose, and that's it.
Well, and I guess I'm looking at it from more of an aspect of presumably that there is no rain days.
Trying to remember when it's on the schedule, I think it's close to 3 weeks, I think.
For both sides.
Yes.
So you're looking at basically a month's worth of work.
I believe so. And if that's wrong, I'll definitely.
Well, and that was my next question. I don't know, have we gotten a schedule yet? From you? A schedule?
No.
Okay, we need that. Technically, you're supposed to have that to us 10 days after your contract. So that needs to be a priority. You'll be responsible for telephone service and email, obviously cell phones for your site superintendent as well as, I think I have yours, you texted me this morning, right? Yep, so I have yours now. You don't care if I throw that on the agenda, do you?
No, no.
And then you'll be responsible for your own sanitary facilities, any barriers and fencing required, and any interior and exterior closures that you may require.
Understood.
Temporary electricity, supplied by owner from existing building. If you need anything additional above and beyond what the city can provide, or the county can provide, you'll have to provide that on your own. The same with the water, which I don't know that you have any water really to speak of, but waste removal is the contractor's responsibility, obviously, with this being a courthouse. Daily cleanup, which you guys do a good job of doing. Worked with you guys a few times in the past, never had that issue. But, that's the last phone call I want from Richard or someone of the commissioners telling me that the place is a mess.
Absolutely.
Make sure we do the daily cleanup. And then shop drawings, I believe you pretty much got all your shop drawings and submittals done. I don't know that there's anything else that I can think of coming through.
I can only think like the print for that we're gonna provide to our guys.
Oh, yeah, your last permit, or drawing. So yeah, obviously you know how we do it, emails is fine, and then make sure you have a way to access those on site, be it through your guys. And then on the next page, it just talks about how we mark them, no exceptions taken, meaning you may go, proceed, no issues taken, and then no markings confirmed. Fabrication may proceed based on the marks, and then you confirm compliance. No markings revised and resubmit. Fabrication may proceed based on markings, correct shop drawings will be resubmitted. And drawings marked resubmit shall not be used in conjunction with installation of work, so I don't think we'll have that issue here. And then obviously any rejected submittal means it's incomplete or it just wasn't the right stuff, so you'll have to resubmit on everything. And then you keep a set on site, we'll keep a set electronically, and then obviously at the end when you do your O&Ms and things of that nature, you'll put together all your shop drawings in there, and we'll turn that over to Richard at the end of the project. Color samples, submit color samples as soon as possible. I believe on the drawings we were white on the membrane, which is what we need to do. The color sample for the gutter system, because that was supposed to be copper. Do you have samples of that we could, I mean, I don't know that necessarily we.
Copper is copper.
Yeah.
Copper metal, doesn't come different colors.
That's true. I don't think we're doing patina.
No,
Okay.
I think I was told we
Okay, so I'm just making sure I got everything, and I think you need to submit on that. I don't know if did you submit on that downspout gutter?
no, I did not.
Yeah, we'll need to submit on that. So outside of that, I don't know of any colors that we would need. Trying to walk through the project in my head.
We don't care what color coffee we use, I suppose.
White. The insulation, I don't care what color it is. There you go. Okay. Record drawings, if there's any changes, obviously maintain that on site. List of major subcontractors, you don't know of any at this point. Could you get yourself performing?
Yep.
And then products, most major one would be Duralast.
Yes.
Cleanup, contractor shall provide daily cleanup, contractor shall perform final cleanup. And then correspondence wise, all correspondence is to run through Garmin Miller. Whenever you do email us, you'll need to make sure you copy Chris Monin and myself both. Any and all change orders are to be written by Garmin Miller, if any. Applications for payment, obviously fall in the AIAG 702 and 701s. You'll have to submit the schedule values, which we did get, we're good with, so we've approved that. But you'll submit your pencil copy to myself and copy Chris Monin just in case I'm on vacation or something. And then if you're gonna start it's probably gonna be one bill or two billings. You'll do a billing at the end of the project when you're done, and then it's your retainage. Okay. So just submit that pencil copy to me. I'm not gonna put a date submitted by because it's gonna be not applicable if you're only billing once for the work and then once for retainage and things of that nature. And then the hard copies, once I've approved the pencil copy, and this is all via email, but then you'll get it notarized and send it to Chris Monin and copy myself on that, and he'll sign it and return it. And then the county's really good at making payment once we get the hard copy over to them. It don't take, but I think they cut checks every week, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a pretty quick turnaround. Retainage per section 5.1 or 5.1.7.1, the owner and contractor agreement, 8% of labor until the project is 50% complete. So basically, it'd be 4% of your labor. But again, it's gonna be more of a paper thing, anything, you'll have to leave that retainage out on that first building, and then we'll have to do the retainage building afterwards, so. Just a reminder too, that there is an allowance of construction contingency of $10,000, and obviously if that's not used, that goes back to the owner. The only one that's allowed to authorize the use of that is myself and the owner.
Okay.
But it has to go through us first. We'll talk to the owner about making a change, so, I say that, it's a little bit different with the roofing project, but I say that just so you don't have some random person come up to you, hey, can you add this to the project? If you do that, we're gonna appreciate the donation. If we don't have to tear it out, we're not paying you for it. So.
Understood.
Item 22, punch list. I have the architect and owner present. You're obviously welcome for that as well. With that being said too, I know you guys have, Duralast comes and does their quote-unquote punch list / warranty walkthrough at the end. Let's try to schedule that all at the same day. That way you're getting one list, if there is a list at all on that. We'll work through that as we get into the project more. Are they doing 50%, or you guys, since you guys are certified, then it's just 100% for them?
Yeah.
Just 100%?
Yeah, just at the end of the project. We may have one of our, I guess, more experienced superintendents stop in once they're on one side and make sure that that's all caught up 100% before they do a full switch to the opposite side.
And I'll probably do a walkthrough on whichever side you get done first as well, just that way if we see something outside of what your guys see, we can get it addressed before you pull outside. Attic stock or extra stock, signature will be required and be given to Richard. I don't know that we have any attic stock on this project at all, because it's roof membrane and the warranty's there, so if there's an issue, you guys fix it. So I don't believe there's any attic stock, but just verify that before you go there. And then if there's any demonstration training, I am thinking more along the lines of if there needs to be a cleaning of that once a year or something, we need to make sure the owner's aware of that. As far as warranty goes, with some of these roof membranes that are out there now, they require a professional cleaning, be it through Duralast or whomever, for once a year. And I don't know if it would be that case in these because it's a different system here, but I know we've had it in the past where they've had to go out there and do a 1-year warranty walkthrough or a maintenance walkthrough as part of to maintain the warranty. So if we run into that, we need to make sure the owner's aware of that. And Jake might be able to help you out on that because we just went through that on the project. So. I guess no from your end. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns?
The only thing that's going to be kind of concerning to me is just the logistics, how far we're going to have to trek stuff, if we're going to be able to bring 100% of the material here, get it stored someplace on site, and then just the shuffling around that we may have to do. Especially with the time of year we're going to be here, if we can't necessarily block off much or restore or stage anything on the side of the road, I guess would it be at all possible, as long as the crane can reach it easily, to have the walkway that's around the perimeter of the building? Would that be accessible to store insulation or any material that?
When you're saying walkway, you're talking plaza?
Upper level?
Terrace?
Yeah.
Terrace level?
Terrace, sorry.
We can store light material on there, but nothing with any.
Yeah, that's got we'll call a full basement underneath of it, so storing heavy material in there would probably not be a good idea.
Now when they close this street out here, the city and the contractor have agreed to work with you as far as getting a crane in, because I think, and I can't remember if it's your company or a different one, that had expressed interest in being able to pull a crane up here on this east.
Yeah, that was cool, I think, that did.
Yeah. And they said that would be able to be done. I'm not sure, that sidewalk will still be maintained out there as an open sidewalk, because they tear that out later in the project. But you might be able to store on one half or sidewalk if that doesn't interfere with the crane.
Yeah, and I guess from that standpoint, that may be something to kind of look through as you're putting together your schedule, and if you have an idea of what you want for layout zones, areas, you could probably maybe send something on that, and we can look at that as well. And the big thing is obviously gonna be coordinating with the city in that regard. Obviously, if we stored it, just for argument's sake, you today, you went out there and stored it in the yard, I'd be a little reluctant to that, just because of the grass deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stash anything on the grass, especially since this isn't just like a factory that's out in BFE. Like, this is downtown. I don't want any grass or put anything there that we don't need to.
Any other questions?
Aside from that, I guess, I don't know who would want to look over this questionnaire.
Me first.
Yeah, it's just the standard that I think you may have seen one or two from Jake already.
I've never seen this from you guys.
Oh, okay. Just standards you guys have, there's basically around 19 brief questions just to make sure that whatever we're trying to do, you guys are okay with. Or if you'd like us to go above and beyond a certain standard, like OSHA standard, then we just won't know ahead of time.
You have to follow your safety procedures. The county's not going to tell you what to do in regards to safety, because that puts liability where it shouldn't be. But as far as all the questions I'm reading thus far, this is, from my take, would be for you guys to come up with. I don't think that you guys want to fill this out. If that's what you're asking.
Well, that's fine.
And then it's kind of required more for company stuff or versus, the one that you probably would be okay is hours of operation. Obviously, we're getting towards the end of October, you guys will pretty much be out there dark to dark, aren't you? You guys are fine with that, aren't you? Yeah. Is there any days that during that, well, again, I don't know that we can answer some of these yet, just because of that days you cannot work. The only time that, because this is mechanically fastened system, right?
Yes.
The only time that may be up in question is when we're on the south roof above the courtroom. So once you get that schedule, we'll figure out how we're gonna go. The nice thing is that usually, depending on where you're at in the time frame is, there may be time off for holidays, or the judge may be going on a trip, whatever. That maybe will close that off, so we'll have to coordinate that. But I think we coordinate that more so once we get closer to it. I don't know that.
And the courthouse is closed on November 11th for Veterans Day, so that'd be a Monday, and I don't know if you close or don't work that day, but that would be a day that there would be no conflicts with anything. If you guys aren't necessarily gonna need into the building, you're gonna be working on the roof.
I think we need access to get through and up to the top, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do
You don't have a crane just for the man lift.
Big ladder.
Big ladder.
Like, just for our sake, question number 17, can the intruder leave the roof job lift and trailer on site overnight with no concern of theft or vandalism? The answer to that, every time you put that in, should be no.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're not gonna.
Oh, yeah. Some places do have the fully
Enclosed.
fenced-in area, and it's like, yes, we will set aside a space for that, but.
So you put up Christmas decorations before the parade, before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Are those gonna affect anything?
Mm,
Or is Crane sitting here?
Well, wait, your
No.
Christmas light stuff all goes up on the parapet, right?
I get it all done in one day, so it's not gonna be a problem.
I'm thinking after this caboose sits out here for
Nobody ever nobody even caught that.
That you do it one
Why don't I do it one day?
Listen, I just believe. But I guess my thing is, cause where they got that little anchor point down there for that,
Mhm.
they gotta wrap that.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you typically do that?
When I get to it, somewhere between the 1st of November and the parade, whenever that is.
Probably, usually before Thanksgiving.
26 this year.
26.
So if you guys start the end of October, let's just say the week of the 28th. I'm throwing out random dates here. And we have no weather delays, you're getting done middle of November to the 3rd week, Thanksgiving week, basically.
Thanksgiving's late this year, it's in the very last week.
Is it really?
Yeah, from the 28th.
It'll be the 26th.
So, I guess the only thing I would be concerned about is making sure that by putting that up, we're not affecting the installation of the roof. I've never seen it, I've never been up there when it's anchored in, I don't know what you do.
It says come along, attached to that point to the,
So everything's off the roof, there's nothing on the roof system itself?
No.
But the only concern I would have with them laying their membrane, rolling out their membrane, whether they have to cut around the wire to get it down, I don't know.
Well, I think what Richard's saying is he can wait until after the membrane, the roof is done, and then put up the lights. Only takes him a day to do it, he can do it on the Monday before the parade. I heard him say so.
Not a problem. We can work around it, yeah, I'm sure we'll all work around it.
You wanna look at that and see if you guys wanna? I'd recommend you don't respond to any of those personally, but I've never seen that from you guys. I know what that is, I've seen it before, but usually it's not in a system or a setup like this. Any other questions for you?
Right now, I don't think so.
Commissioner?
I don't have any.
Commissioner?
I think I've asked whatever I had.
Commissioner?
Nah.
Richard?
Nah.
Fill in? All right, well, with that being said, give me your schedule, and once we have that and we really get a solid date, we'll set up a meeting, coordinate with these guys to get them set up. It'll either be a Tuesday or Thursday, just to make sure that they're in session, so.
One thing I did want to ask you, just, I think it's 2 stacks on the north side, only one where they're fed through the, like, copper hoods up on the roof, or tin hoods. Do you want to see
That'll work. We should have our correct address on file.
the neck of that completely flashed shut, and then just like a boot coming off the
Yes.
side for where they have the,
Right, thanks.
conduit and the freon line for the AC units going through, or do you just want to see that as low as possible, leave that one in case they want to do something with it?
Yeah, but you gotta go to what level you need to be at in order to meet your last warning, so. If they will provide a variance, which sometimes they do, and that's the route you need to go, that's fine. If not, then you gotta do it to make that warranty.
Okay. The renewal is with the insurance existing, and then just another insurance building back on the top of that. I wanna say would be like 5 inches on one side, and then maybe, I think it was 6 or 6.5 on the other.
So you're short, at the worst case, 3 inches. And they may be able to provide that variance to you on that. I know that, Brian Gottram was up here and he looked at a lot of that. And his area that he was wanting to make sure from a variance standpoint was that door where you go out onto the roof. That threshold there, he said he probably could do a variance for that. Was I accurate in my statement?
It doesn't apply to us.
And the stuff that,
We talked about the other stuff already, so.
yeah. All right, well, thank you all for coming here
Yep.
and being part of the meeting. We'll get the roof started. Gotta get it done if he can get the Christmas lights up in a day, you can get the roof on in 2. So,
Sounds good.
yeah. Just tell him you didn't make any promises, but you guaranteed it.
Yes.
All right, well, yeah, get that scheduled to us and we'll go from there.
Okay, all right.
All right, hold, before you got a card? Yes. Make sure I hand out my own, I got others in here too, I handed out before. You've got one for Richard too.
Yeah, I think I gave
I
you
think-
one.
All right,
All right.
Thank y'all.
Nice meeting you now. Sure, we'll see you around in the next couple of months.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
To Laura Brett?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're done.
Actually, and then also, one of these
Deb, anything else come up? Okay.
No, sir.
Are you going on the road with them?
I don't need to, do I?
No, I don't need to.
Okay, I've been up there.
Great view today.
Nice clear sky.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this weekend was nice.
Oh, yeah.
That was, got me in the mood for fall real quick.
And if you're not in a hurry to get to your next job, the Keep Hardin County Beautiful group's planting mums this afternoon in the pots.
Well, unfortunately, I have a meeting in Ada in about, I don't want to lie too much, but it's at 3 o'clock. That the gym, we'll finish up all the air conditioning of that old gym area.
The old gym.
Yeah, the competition gym and the auxiliary gym and the board office.
Yeah.
We put air conditioners in there.
Oh,
Okay.
Fine.
Questions
Yeah,
on
I think it's more.
All right.
They had, my wife's cousin, used to volleyball, or she still does volleyball coach for St. Henry. And Ada used to play St. Henry at the very first game, and of course my wife's like, we gotta go.
Oh, thank you.
And, I kid you not, every time it was 95 degrees, and I sat down.
Yeah.
So when they said they wanted to air condition it, as the local taxpayer guy, I was like, yeah. Now Ada don't play St. Henry's, I have to go in there.
I had a question. Do you know I don't know if you were involved, that they had the roof repair before, a redo on the
I have
roof
no clue.
before? Do you know what, did you guys look at how many layers of roof are on there?
There was a core sample taken, yes.
Do you know how many?
I wasn't involved in the core
Oh,
sample
okay.
taken. The contractors have to do it as part of their bid
Oh,
process.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, thanks.